What's up guys, it's Phil here with High Anime. Today we're taking another draft profile. Coincidentally we're actually going to be looking at another member of Yosen, the secondary ace on their team. Today we're going to be talking about Himuro Tatsuya. Now Himuro stands at just 6 feet tall, over 1 meter 8'3", is 154 pounds, and is just 17 years of age. Coming into this draft, I have Himuro as one of the more deadly mid-range shooters. I think he's going to be a great second option for any team. And let's just go ahead and get right into some of his skills. Himuro is an incredibly skilled player. He's able to back that up with his physical ability. We're giving him a 4 out of 5 stars on that front. We also know he's an incredibly technical player. A lot of his mid-range skills and his abilities in that area come directly from his technique. That is a clear 5 stars there. And lastly, Himuro, a guy with a high motor, definitely something you want out of that shooting guard position. Stamina, he gets a 4.5 out of 5 stars. And if you take a look over to the right side there, that graph provided to us by the wiki for KNB, he doesn't really have any glaring weaknesses in his game. But with like any draft profile, you know we're going to find some weaknesses. Let's get into some of his strengths first. Himuro is an incredible shooter, and you have to respect him when he has the ball in his hand, but one thing he does better than anyone else is his pump fakes. His pump fakes are so deadly that you have to contest him anytime he goes up with the ball. Pair that with his agility and you get a situation similar to the one in the Seirin matchup where Himuro pump fakes, gets Kagami to jump, and before Kagami can even land, Himuro's blowing by him and getting to the mid-range area where he does most of his work. Another example, also from the Seirin matchup, not a pump fake, but a fake pass where he fakes to the right, freezes up Hyuga for just a second, and this allows Himuro to blow by him on the left and get into open space. And perhaps one of the most technical moves that I've ever seen is Himuro's Mirage shot. Taking a closer look at it, what Himuro does is he jumps with the ball like a normal shot, snaps the ball straight in the air at the peak of his jump, and the ball comes down, he catches the ball, and he shoots it again. This forces defenders to contest the shot and jump on the first snap of the ball. The defender starts falling as the ball starts falling, so when Himuro catches the ball and shoots it again, the defender's already on the downfall, thus being almost unable to block a Mirage shot. And like I said, we always look for the weaknesses in any player's game. We found a few here in Himuro's that I'd like to highlight. A weakness that we don't know if Himuro would ever be able to break out of is his inability to make it into the zone. He hasn't made it into the zone yet. A lot of the other miracles believe he just doesn't have the raw power to make it into the zone. That's a question mark though, so we don't know if in the future he might be able to make it into it or if he's just unable to completely. There also wasn't a big enough sample size of Himuro shooting from deep to say whether or not he would be a solid 3-point shooter. Obviously he's a great mid-range shooter, but we don't know if that would correlate to him being a great 3-point shooter as well. Lastly, if his jumper isn't falling, he struggles to score. That's made evident in the Seirin matchup, where he just is going to the jumper continuously, even though he starts to struggle with it. In this situation, we see Hyuga and Kiyoshi double teaming Himuro, preventing him from making any type of shot, even with that Mirage shot ability. So when that jumper isn't falling for Himuro, he needs to be able to do something else with a ball, whether that's driving to the hoop or just adding another trick to his bag so he's able to score in another way when he's being guarded that closely. Himuro Tatsuya has an interesting backstory to say the least. He's from Japan, but he actually grew up in the United States. He and Kagami Taiga of Seirin High grew up playing basketball together, and Himuro actually studied under an ex-WNBA player. Moving ahead to the draft, Himuro is an absolute second rounder, likely going to be a top 10 pick, if not close at that 11 or 12 range. His overall fit, I think he can play the 1, 2, or the 3. He's good at any pick in the second round, but I'd say he's best paired with a power forward or a center. And because of his questionable 3-point ability, he's going to need a lot of spacing to work in that mid-range area. So taking a reliable 3-point shooter in either the 3rd or the 4th round seems like it might be the best play if you're going to take Himuro in the 2nd. NBA fans might already know who Himuro's NBA comparison is, and that is DeMar DeRozan of the Chicago Bulls. Why, you might ask? Both are elite mid-range shooters, sometimes might be unreliable from deep. They're both ace level players but would be better as the second option, and they're able to both play on the ball or off the ball. So they can be effective off ball, running around the court, getting open and hitting that open shot, or they can be the primary ball handler and carry the ball up the court when they need. If you have any better comparisons, please let me know in the comments, or let me know who you would like me to do a draft profile on next. That is just about it, folks. I want to thank you for all your support as always. Like I said, let me know in the comments who you'd like me to do a draft profile on next, or let me know any suggestions on future drafts or future videos. Thanks so much, guys. Peace.